listen, I know I told you guys I was not excited for the season and that I expect the same thing to happen and that everybody's going to get fired and that we need a whole new regime change from top to bottom. And all of that's probably true. But I got to tell you something. First of all, something about seeing the 76ers at training camp or at practice or whatever, no matter how much they suck, no matter how much they piss me off every year, they bring me right back because ever since I was a kid, I love the Sixers, man. I love the Sixers, man. I love the Sixers, man. I see a picture of Tyrese Maxey and everybody at practice with the filla on the jersey and the numbers. And I'm like, yes, basketball season is here. And I forget how much pain and misery they just put me through the 8 months prior. And so I am going into this season not super negative. I'm not going into this season preying on anybody's downfall. I'm not going into this season saying, I hope they start 0-20 and Nick Nurse gets fired and Daryl Morey gets fired and everybody gets fired and Josh Harris sells the team and Comcast goes bankrupt and Xfinity, sorry. I'm not going into the season hoping for anything negative. If that happens, it happens. And there's a decent chance that it does happen, not Xfinity going bankrupt, because that is the most corrupt scam company on the planet. But the 76ers starting 0-20 and everybody getting fired and Josh Harris deciding to sell the team is very possible. But I'm not going into the season hoping that. I'm going into this season with absolutely zero expectations. That's the beauty of this. This upcoming season is beautiful because of that. You know? Last year, we've been conned several times. More than several times. A lot of times. A lot of times. Basically, every year they find a reason to sell us, right? Whether it's the James Harden trade, whether it's the Ben Simmons trade, whether it's finally getting rid of Tobias Harris. Last year, it was the Paul George signing. They sold us hook, line, and sinker, and they got our expectations so high. And they didn't even come close to meeting those expectations. Basically, they did the exact opposite of those expectations, which is they sucked very badly. So the beauty of this upcoming season is there are zero expectations. If healthy, and that is toothpaste, by the way. If healthy, they can contend. If Joel Embiid's not healthy and Paul George is in and out with random injuries here and there and plays 40 games again, they'll be fun. I think with all of their scoring punch, especially if they manage to re-sign Quentin Grimes, which, by the way, what the hell is going on there? I think that they'll have a lot more scoring. I think they'll be a lot more prepared to score without Joel Embiid. They weren't prepared to score without Joel Embiid last year. And I think Tyrese Maxey is ready to take the reins and deliver something to this team, even if it has to be by himself. I don't think you're going to see what you saw last season. I think even if Joel Embiid is spotty and Paul George is spotty, the Sixers team will make the playoffs on the back of Tyrese Maxey being the number one option and everybody else falling in line, because I think he's going to take another jump this upcoming season. But there's absolutely zero expectations. If they're healthy, they can contend. Joel Embiid and Paul George are spotty. I still think they make the playoffs, and I still think it will be a lot of fun to watch. And we get to watch Jared McCain come back. There's a lot of things to figure out between Maxey, McCain. I don't know what's going on with Quentin Grimes. Hopefully he's back, probably on a one-year deal so he can become an unrestricted free agent like I tried to tell you guys from the beginning of the offseason. We get to watch young VJ Edgecombe. We get to watch the development of Justin Edwards and Adem Bona. Shout out to Adem Bona in Eurobasket in the Eurobasket final, had 12 points and a massive block on Dennis Schroeder. So there's no expectations. I'm going into it with a positive mindset, and I'm just going to have some fun. Honestly, I have to, and hear me out here, I had to train myself to be this way. I want you guys to know that. Because I really am a very passionate 76ers fan. I know some people think this negativity is an act. I get up here, I just spew negativity and scream and get red in the face to milk views, people say, because they don't understand me. They don't understand what a real passionate 76ers fan is. I'm a real passionate 76ers fan. There's been seasons throughout my life where I stopped watching because it was absolutely atrocious. Last season, I would have stopped watching. I swear to God, I would have stopped watching, bro. But we together on the live streams made it fun. Me and all of you that watch along. We made it fun even when it was terrible. So that was a lot of fun. I've grown to love you guys as a community. So it just became so much fun for me to come up here and watch the games live, even if the Sixers were 5-100. It was a lot of fun watching it with you guys. So that's a reason. But also, this has become a business for me, you know? And it's almost like that saying, yes, I won, but at what cost? You know, this has become a business for me, and that was the hardest part about a frustrating season like that last season, was that as a fan, I was so pissed off at this team, I wanted to quit watching just to stop the constant frustration, right? So this season, I'm coming into this season just as passionate of a 76ers fan, but I have zero expectations. And if they suck, we're just going to watch them and have some fun. If they're good, we're going to ride the wave and see how good they can be. I think I'm not going to allow this team to affect my blood pressure as much as I have in the past. Now, I want to let you know this, for some of you that are like, what is this DJ Eastwood revelation that's happening? Recently, probably the past year or two, I've been studying more positive mindset studies, books on the power of positive thinking and positive vibrations, and my fitness level is at an all-time high. I'm in the best shape of my entire life because I completely quit drinking alcohol. My diet is locked in. My fitness routine is locked in. I also cycle 20 miles a day. So I just think that everything I've been doing personally the last year or so has brought me to this point where I'm going to watch a basketball team and have fun doing it. And I don't think it's going to frustrate me to the level that it did last season, no matter what they do, because I think I'm personally, mentally, and physically in a better place. And also, there's no expectations whatsoever for this team. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.